What's up guys, Imbasoth here, back for some Magic the Gathering content. Today, we have had a small dump of cards, some really good reprints, and some cards that I missed talking about earlier. Hopefully you guys enjoy. So, Feldon Ronum Excavator is one of any color and one red for a 2/2 legendary creature human artificial. It has haste. Feldon Ronum Excavator can't block. And whenever Feldon is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library, choose one of them until you end the next turn, you may play that card. So this card is actually very similar to Robber the Rich. They both have haste and they both give you card advantage. I think Robber is a bit better because it's not legendary and it can block. And it does have the reach, which everyone forgets about. But that doesn't mean that this card is bad. I think it's pretty good. You play on turn 2, you attack. And then once they have big blockers, so you can't attack anymore, this guy still works because he'll get you a card. And it doesn't have to be two. Like sometimes they'll only have like one big creature, so you'll look really deep into your deck and maybe get the burst you need to kill your opponent. So I think this card will be good in mono red. I don't think it'll be a 4 of, but it might be because it's legendary, so it might just be a 2 of. But yeah, good card. So Monastery Swiftspear is 1 red mana for a 1/2 human monk with haste and prowess. The Madmans, the actual Madmans, they reprinted Monastery Swiftspear. This card is really strong in Modern because it's really easy to cast a lot of spells, making this guy crazy. But in Standard, it's a different story because you don't have as many cheap spells. You don't have Lightning Bolt. You don't have Mutagenic Growth. You don't have a lot of cards that make things strong. So I don't think this card would be broken. But if you have a Spell Slinger deck, this card goes right into it. And we do have cards that do trigger the prowess, like Play with Fire is a good one, because you want to go face if you're playing Monastery Swiftspear. We also have Lightning Strike, which triggers it, and also Kumano faces Kakazan also triggers the prowess. So we still have things that trigger it, but I think we need a couple more pieces before this card gets really strong. And when it becomes really strong, it's kind of crazy because you're paying 1 mana for like a 2/3 with haste or a 3/4 with haste, a big creature for its price. So Blaststone is a sick reprint that is a land with Blaststone enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Tap. Add 1 colorless. XX. Put X charge counters on Blaststone. And then finally 3. Sacrifice Blaststone. Destroy each non-land permanent with mana value equal to the number of charge counters on Blaststone. It's tough though because we have Triumph. So a lot of people want to play decks with more colors. So sometimes this can't be put into the deck because it messes up your colors. But if it doesn't, if you have a deck that's pretty consistent, this card's great. Yeah, and I really like how it doesn't just destroy creatures, it destroys each non-land permanent. And with all the artifacts in this set, destroying all of them could be really good. It's also great if there's a lot of 1-drops. And we've seen a new 1-drop with Monastery Swiftspear. We got the Chick, the Phoenix Chick, we've got Kumano faces Kakazan. There's a lot of 1-drops. So this comes in and then sometimes it will get you like a 3-for-1 or a 4-for-1. And also it's a good mana sink. Let's say you have nothing else to play. You can uptick this and then kill something really big. So yes, I really like this land. I think it'll definitely see some amount of play. It just depends how many colors the decks are playing. So yeah, cool card. So the next card we're going to talk about is Mishra, Tamer of Macfawa. He is 3 of any color, 1 black, 1 red, for a 4/4 legendary creature, human artificer. He has permanents you control have ward, sacrifice a permanent. He also has each artifact card in your graveyard has unearthed 1 of any color, black and red. So this card really depends how good aggro is, because if aggro is really strong, this is a 5 mana 4/4 blocker. That's really bad. They're going to overrun you and kill you. And if you're playing against a control deck, they're just going to counter it and then you'll spend 5 mana to get countered by a 3 mana spell. But if everything lands perfectly and everything's mid-range, there's no counter spells, this card is okay. I like the word that it gives to all the permanent, making that every time they try to kill one of your things, it's a 2-for-1. His last ability is fine. I looked through all the artifacts and the best things I saw is this Phyrexian Flesh Scourger. So you pay 3 mana for a 14-point life swing. That's pretty good because of the lifelink. And also Meteor Golem, you pay 3 mana to destroy a permanent, which is okay, but it's not very strong. For this last ability to become actually good, we need way more things to target that are much bigger. So yeah, I think this card is gonna be too slow for the format. Urza, Prince of Korg, is 2 of any color and 1 white and 1 blue for a 2/3 legendary creature human artificer. He has artifact creatures you control get +2/+2. And he has pay 6 mana, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier creature in addition to its other types. So let's say when you play it, you have 2 artifact. You're paying 4 mana for a 6/7, which is pretty good on rate. And it's not that hard to do, but we don't know yet how many artifact creatures. We can't really say how strong that ability is. But the big problem with this creature is it dies to cut down, and it dies to lightning strike. That's a huge blowout. You're either paying 1 mana or 2 mana to kill a 4 mana spell. That's some crazy tempo you have there. And I think his last ability is a bit too expensive. Paying 6 mana to copy a thing and get a 3/3 isn't the worst, but I think it's a bit too slow. The next card is Hercule Master Wizard. It's 1 of any color and 2 blue for a 2/4 legendary creature human wizard advisor. It has, at the beginning of your end step, if you cast a non-creature spell this turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your library for each card type among non-creature spells you've cast this turn. You may put a card of that type from among the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So first of all, what I want to point out is that it has a big but. 4 toughness is really good. This creature can't be cut down or lightning striked, and can do some pretty decent blocking. So this card could be pretty good if you're playing a deck that obviously doesn't run creatures, but also has a lot of the same cards, like an artifact deck, enchantment deck, instant speed or sorcery deck. It wouldn't be that good with instant speeds because you want to cast those when it's not your turn, so you wouldn't actually get the trigger off this person. But she can get you a pretty substantial amount of cards. Looking through 5, you'll probably find something if you build your deck around it. So yeah, I think this card's neat, and hopefully you'll see some play. Who knows? Ashnod Harvester is a 2 mana 3/1 artifact creature construct that has, whenever Ashnod Harvester attacks, exile target card from a graveyard. It also has Unearth 1 of any color and 1 black. This is a pretty decent card for the black aggressive decks. 2 mana 3/1 is nothing amazing, but with its ability to come back with Unearth, it kind of pays for their 1 toughness. And it's a really good finisher to kill your opponents, and also Unearth is being important keyword, and this card takes out cards with Unearth. So I think this card is actually pretty good. But the problem is, which one's better? Is Tenacious Underdog better, or is Ashnod Harvester better? So Underdog's ability to come back from the grave is 2 more mana and extra 2 life, but it gives you a card at the end and then kind of gives you a second card because you can use this ability again. So is that better than the Unearth? It's kind of difficult. I think if you're just straight up aggressive, you want Ashnod Harvester as your card. But if you're going mid-range to control, Tenacious Underdog is a lot better, and it gives you continuous attacks. Every turn you can bring in a 3/2 and hit your opponent's face. I think the thing that breaks it, that shows which card is better, is that Ashnod Harvester can exile the underdog so that the underdog can't keep on coming back. So Underdog is a great card, and this card being so close to it means that this is also a great card, and I think you'll definitely see some play. Phyrexian Dragon Engine is 3 of any color for a 2/2 artifact creature, Phyrexian Dragon. It has Double Strike. When Phyrexian Dragon enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards, and it has Unearth 5. And it also has Meldrith Mishra, claimed by Gix. So I think a 3 mana 2/2 Double Strike is fine as a baseline. It comes in, it hits for 4, trades decently, and then when it dies, you can bring it back and potentially draw 3 cards if you're completely out of cards. Mishra, claimed by Gix, is 2 of any color, 1 black and 1 red for a 3/5 legendary creature, Phyrexian Human Artificer. He has, whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life. X is the number of attacking creatures. If Mishra, claimed by Gix, and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking, and you both own and control them, exile them, then meld them into Mishra Lost to Phyrexia, it enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. So Mishra is actually very similar to Raffine's Scheming Shear. Instead of Conniving Axe, he Drains Axe. And I think that those abilities are equal to themselves, but the thing is that this guy is 4 mana, while she is 3. So, to be really strong, you need to be able to flip him. But it is still a good ability, especially if you're trying to kill your opponent, attack with a lot of creatures, draining a lot will be really good. So, Mishra Lost to Phyrexia is what you get when you meld Mishra Claimed by Gix and the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. He is a legendary artifact creature, Phyrexian Artificer, that has, when Mishra Lost to Phyrexia enters the battlefield or attacks, choose 3. First one, target opponent discards 2 cards. Second one, Mishra deals 3 damage to any target. Third, destroy target artifact or planeswalker. Fourth, creatures you control gain menace and trample until end of turn, and creatures you don't control get -1/-1 until end of turn, or create 2 tap Power Stone tokens. If you successfully meld this creature, the game is over. You can be hitting for 12 with Menace and Trample. You can take out his hand. You can do so many things that you will find value in one of them. And it's not that difficult to get there, because let's say you go Phyrexian Dragon Engine turn 3, and then Mishra, and then on turn 5 you can attack. Or you can play this guy on turn 4, and then unearth the Dragon Engine to turn into this. And if it succeeds, it's pretty formidable. Like, that is a crazy amount of things it can do. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's a new channel, so it really needs the help. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See ya.